Today is International Allyship Day, when we come together to stand up for one another, foster inclusivity, and build bridges of support and understanding. And there are strategies that parents can use to help their children build inclusive values from an early age. Joining us with more is inclusive leadership expert Karen Craggs. Karen, good morning.
Morning.
Let's talk about what allyship means in the context of parenting.
Yes, so if you think about our role as parents, we're shaping our children to be certain types of adults through our own family values. And allyship in terms of parenting is helping our kids learn how to be both kind and courageous. So they don't just care about being included, they care about other people feeling like they belong, and they take actions to help that happen.
So how do children begin to form those ideas of fairness and difference? And does that happen at the same time?
Right. So a University of British Columbia study in 2021 found that preschoolers in Canada already start to have a sense of racial bias, and that can only be changed at an early age if adults actively intervene. And so by the time you're 3 or 4 years old, children can tell the difference between skin tone, between race, between gender, and they start to learn how to stereotype by absorbing what's happening around them. So it happens at a really young age, and difference and also the stereotyping and the values they associate to that difference all come together at that age.
So what role do parents play when they're shaping those inclusive values at home? What should they be doing?
They play one of the most important roles, especially at a young age. And so I like to teach educators, organizations, and even parents about a 3-step model called ACT. So it's asking questions. So let's say, how's your day? What happened at school? And they might say, oh, there was this child who was left out. How did you feel about it? So asking questions. The second one is calling it in. So if they saw something that you know is racist or is ableist or something like that, you would actually talk to them about, well, do you think that was good behavior? Do you think we would do that based on our values? And then take action. That's the last one. So what would we do differently? What can you do tomorrow to make sure that that person feels included?
So it's about having a healthy and honest conversation.
Yes, and really being conscious about how their experiences are shaped by diversity, people experiencing unfairness, injustice, even at a young age. They see it and feel it at school and in their camps and around them.
Can you tell us about the technique called scripting?
Okay, so scripting is really powerful as a parenting tool, and what it does in the context of allyship is it gives us an opportunity to teach children through repetition how to build confidence and how to take action and give them the language to do it. So imagine, just like in music or in sports, we go to practice, we rehearse, we learn, and we practice drills. It's the same thing with scripting. So teaching them how to say, this isn't fair, let's play well together, let's try something different, let's include that person. If they practice with us, as soon as they're faced with a situation outside, they can take action. What
are some small things that families can do to help build that culture of inclusion? We got about a minute.
Yes. So don't think of inclusion as something that happens on a particular month or day. So it's not about Black History Month or Pride Month. It's about our day-to-day experiences in life. So for example, yesterday we had Ethiopian for dinner, and we sat down and had a great conversation with our kids about us traveling to Ethiopia and everything we learned about the culture and history. So make it a day-to-day experience through the food you eat, the restaurants you go to, the films you watch, the characters and the different storybooks that we read to our kids, and go to events that are happening in your community. Even if you're not a part of it, there's so much learning to happen, and the dialogue that happens between you and your child really helps them in a way that matters, because at the end of the day, when we practice allyship with our children, they actually become more empathetic and more justice-minded citizens as they grow up.
Great takeaways, and hopefully lots of people will follow not only on this International Allyship Day, but every day of the year. Karen, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
More to come on Morning Live after this.